What's going on, Aquarius? Okay, let's get into this. This is your predictive reading for the 11th through the 18th of August 2025. God has blessed it. Thank you, Heavenly Father. If you want to book a personal with me, information is below this video. I'm going back to the old school. I'm doing my love, career, financial readings. That's what I used to do when I first started my channel like 5 years ago. So let's go back there, babes, and see what we get. Alright, for you in love, recent past, you have death and rebirth. Number 13, which is the major arcana of Scorpio. So maybe you had a breakup with a Scorpio, or you had a beginning with a Scorpio. For your current this week, you got the Four of Pentacles. And for your upcoming in love this week, we got the World. Okay, so your overall energy this week, you got the Six of Swords. So this is about kind of being dragged away from something. You know you should leave, but maybe weren't quite ready to leave. The crows are God's special messengers helping you out. They're like, nah, you don't deserve this. You don't need to be here. There's something so much better for you. So maybe because you don't have the strength to do it yet, God is like, okay, I'll do it for you. And that's in love, career, and finances. There's something better that awaits you. But I get it. Sometimes it is very hard to leave the comfort of what is going on, what you have, right? You're like, but I don't want to leave. God is like, oh, but I need you to leave. So, but yeah, with the death and rebirth in your recent past, this is some kind of, it's like a newfound hope or something like that. You realize something had to end because it was just over with. Like, why are we dragging it on? Why are we beating a dead horse? And like I was saying with the Six of Swords, the rebirth is you getting something new that is actually good and healthy and sustainable. You know what I mean? So when one door closes, another one opens. Although maybe, like I say, you weren't ready for the door to close quite yet, it needed to close, and it did close. And so, you know, good for you. But I feel like with this Four of Pentacles energy for you this week, Aquarius, maybe you're just being super duper protective, because you know that's how it is when you're coming out of a breakup. It's like you just want stability. You just want, you know, somebody to see your worth, whether you're married, in a relationship, single, dating, whatever it is. But going into the next thing more protected than before. You know, maybe you haven't always been so, you know, black and white with things, but because you realize that you're important, you're valuable, you know, your feelings are worth being acknowledged, that you're really protective now about who you date, who you give yourself, who you give your time to, because you don't want to keep repeating, you know, the same mistakes. And I like that. That's smart. That's wisdom showing you don't keep doing the same things because you'll get the same result. Like, switch it up. Be protective with yourself. You got the World here. So two major arcanas when it comes to love this week. So definitely some big changes for you. Like I said, you know, might not be the easiest, but you've also completed something. This is, the World is about happy endings, because not only is it a successful accomplishment, but you get rewards. You know what I mean? You get awards. This is something in love that, again, you might have been like forlorn to leave, but once you do, you realize, oh my gosh, I'm so much better for completing that cycle, for finishing that out, because now you really get to start fresh, you get to start new, and you get to start stronger, because now you're better, now you know better, now you've learned, you've been through some things, and so you can recognize it moving forward. So if you want to do it, great, and if you don't want to do it, like, piss off. You know what I mean? You're not settling, you're not accepting, you're doing what you know is best for you. Good job. So speaking of, we're going to career. In your recent past, you have the Queen of Wands. In your current for career, we're looking at Judgment, major arcana, which a lot of Scorpio energy. This is Scorpio's second major arcana, if you will. So yes, or maybe you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart. And we also have the likely outcome is the Nine of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, you know, I feel like in your career, you've really been doing it all, really trying to make it happen. This could be you, maybe it's somebody else's energy, but I feel like this Queen of Wands is Superwoman. So there's no task that is too big or too small for her. So maybe you've really been trying to pull your weight and everybody else's, really show forth what you're capable of, really show that, you know, you can do this, that, and that all at the same time if need be. And it's impressive to a lot of people, but it's impressive, but is it necessary? Because more than likely, people already know this about you. People already know you're dedicated, you're a very hard worker, and you're very reliable, you know, when it comes to your career. So you know, really trying to prove that. I mean, it's nice, but is it necessary? Are you maybe doing too much? And that could be what this Six of Swords is too, like kind of pulling you away. Like, you don't got to do all that. Everybody already knows about your reputation, and it's a good one. People know that you're not lazy, that if you're there to work, like point blank, period. So with Judgment coming up for you in your current this week, I feel, yeah, it's definitely, you might even get some kind of second chance. It's a spiritual awakening, but it's also you ascending. It's like you have reached a level of, you know, where you surpass people. Because maybe you've been in your field for a while, or maybe just showing everybody how dedicated and hardworking you are. Maybe they saw it before, but then in your recent past, really showing people you're nothing to be played with, right? So whether it's recognized from your employer or your career or not, you get the ascension. You get the self-realization that you're all that, you know what I mean? And then sometimes I feel like with Judgment, you get an opportunity that can move you up. Now, will you take it? That's on you. Sometimes people just like to be where they are and work there. People don't always want to be in a management role, or they don't always want, you know, a higher level job because of the more responsibility that it requires. Although you can handle it, some people just, you know, they don't like change like that. So it will be your decision. It'll be up to you if you want to take it or not. But I feel like this is you reaching a really, like maybe even your full potential this week when it comes to your career. So if you get an opportunity, before you say yes or no, maybe just pray first and see, you know, how you're being guided. Because you got the Nine of Wands here, and you know, she's just resilient. She's determined to finish something. I kind of feel like, yes, you get this moment where you can come up, but I don't know if you take it, because the Nine of Wands is a few steps down from the Queen of Wands. She's a few steps away from Judgment too. So it's like maybe you'd rather fight and stay where you are, because like I say, some people don't want the extra. Some people just like for people to know I can do it, not necessarily I want to do it. But it'll be your choice, right, Aquarius? Nobody's going to force you. Nobody can push you. But the Nine of Wands is like, nope, I'm going to stay right here until I finish what I started, which is fine. Your finances in your recent past, you got the Eight of Wands, okay? Current for your finances this week, the Five of Swords. And then the likely outcome, we're looking at the King of Pentacles. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, I am a baller, shot caller. So Scorpio is here. Fire signs, earth signs, and air signs. Okay. Eight of Wands though, this week, yeah, or recently, a lot of activity, a lot of different. Thing I like about the Eight of Wands, well, most of the wands aren't touching, so that means this is 8 different financial angles or opportunities or just things, maybe bills going on, and all at the same damn time, which could be why in your current you have this 5 of Swords, because the 5 of Swords is that kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's no real winner with the 5 of Swords, because the loser obviously loses, but the 5 of Swords don't feel good about winning, because, you know, it would be like an adult fighting a baby. Like, what the hell? That no. But if it was like a situation where you had to, well, the baby would have to lose. So you're not going to feel good about that, right? But it had to happen. It's that kind of situation where it's like you just feel icky either way. So that could be because of all this going on, activity going on in your finances. It's like, damn, I couldn't get this one at a time. Everything had to happen all at the same time. But what I do like is the likely outcome is this King of Pentacles, and he's definitely the money man. He could be you. He could be somebody that you know or have business with, but he's going to set you straight. He's going to tell you how to get yourself in the correct financial position. He's not going to hold no punches. He's going to tell you straight up, really real, what it is, where you're at, maybe how you got there, and maybe, or no, more so how you need to get up out of it. So he's very wise, he's very successful. He may gift you some financial assistance, or at the very least give you some wisdom so you can gift it to yourself. So yeah, you know, finances, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, just know that anything you're being taken from this week, Aquarius, is really good for you. Okay, so that's your reading. I hope it blessed you. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you soon.